Good day, YouTube. I think it's like 17th of June, 2020. This is my mobile studio, 67 Boyertown Stepvan. Did a video yesterday, hopefully get it posted here pretty soon, of how I put that air conditioner on the roof of the Stepvan by myself. It wasn't easy, it was colorful, but it's there. Everything's cool. In preparation for this future air conditioner, which is a today air conditioner, but a couple years ago it was future, I installed a fantastic vent fan. I actually put 3 of them up. The center one, you can see them up there, the center one I ran 120 volt wire to and ran it to my panel to power this future air conditioner, which again is now. So a couple things have to happen before I can put the air conditioner in that hole. One, I need to prepare the surface up there because we're talking about 3 or 4 layers of really cruddy paint and a lot of rust. And I need to get rid of all of that and put down some primer and some paint so the air conditioner can sit on a decent surface, because once I put the AC down, it's there. And then the next thing we need to do is get rid of that fantastic vent, which I'll show you. So I spent half a day up here with a 4.5 inch angle grinder and a flapper disc, getting rid of, you know, everything that looked like that. Again, multiple layers of paint, a lot of rust, a lot of flaking, but it cleaned up pretty good. It just took a while and it's not very fun. And I siliconed this down and siliconed over the screw holes. I flipped the silicone off the screws and I pulled the screws out of this side of the fantastic vent fan. And I've grabbed my little sharpened putty knife here, if you will. Ouch. Trouble is, it's getting hot up here. Let me see about getting under it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other side, get the rest of the screws out, and remove that. I'll have a couple 12 volt wires to disconnect when I get it loose. So, all right, I'll go do that, and then I'll bring you back when I have an empty hole. And then the goal is to clean up around the vent, get rid of the silicone, etc. Wipe down this roof and get some primer on it, and then get some paint on it so it could dry for a couple of days, and then we'll move the AC into position. You can see I have just enough room to get it in and out of my shop door. I can't remember just how high it is, 11.5 feet I think. I have a 12-foot ceiling inside, but it's just perfect. I have like 5 inches to spare. So let me get on with getting that thing out of here. All right, I got all the screws out. I put silicone over the screws and that popped off pretty easy, and then I siliconed around the edge. But I actually sealed it to the roof with putty, so that, you know, knowing full well this was coming back out, and yeah, we're able to push it off. I pried it off pretty easily. Something like that. And there's my 12 volt connections, which you can You can see those I soldered and shrink tubed those when I wired it. So we'll cut those wires and we'll save them off. Might need them for something else someday. Fans aren't on. I have a couple videos how I wired these fans. They operate these fans because there's 3 of them. Right, there's one there. There's one there. Now there's just 2. They run on this thermostat and that switch. That switch does 2 things. It allows me to turn them off if I don't want them to run, i.e. don't run my battery dead today or whatever. The thermostat, I can set the temperature. That switch, I can turn them on, and I can reverse them. So on is one direction to the left, on is the other direction to the right. So I can bring air in or I can take air out. That all depends on what I'm doing and what the temperature is outside. All right, let me get this thing pulled out of here. I'm looking for my 110 volt wiring that I know I've left in here. Oh, there it is. I stuck it in a little hole right there. I hope that's in a good spot because I didn't have an air conditioner when at my disposal. But I know there's slack in the ceiling. Let's see about pulling it out of here. I wish it was a little easier than that. Come on. Yeah. So anyway, it's going to take a little grabbing. I don't want to damage anything, so I'll take my time. So I'll bring you back here in a little bit. All right, we got everything kind of cleaned up. I used a one of those razor knife things like you'd use for scraping windows, and that did a nice job. You can just see a little residue of silicone down, but you can just about can't feel it, right? So it's pretty tight. The AC's got a pretty thick gasket on it, which it's going to need because there's variations in the roof a little bit between the stock cross braces and the wood I put in to frame it. It should flatten out. Right now the sun is out and it's kind of got the sheet metal warped. But that's what happens in the sun. So anyway, I'm down to, I guess got to wipe off the roof here, the part I'm going to paint, and get some primer on this. So hopefully before it rains. And then I'd like to get some paint on it before the day is over so it could dry all night. And then all I'll have to do is figure out how to get that air conditioner right there. How hard could it be? Alright. I'll check back with you after I get some primer and paint going. Cool. So I was hunting around for some primer. I got to thinking, I thought I had bought like a great big bucket of some fancy industrial primer, and I had at an auction a couple years ago, probably a few years ago, knowing I'd need it on this thing. But I'm going to tell you, the solids are, well, they're pretty much bottomed out. I think that this bucket might be savable because they're just like in the bottom. But getting all that stuff loose with a stir stick, probably going to take most of the week. And I don't recall that I have a drill attachment, so I'm going to go Harbor Freight and see what I can get, because I think it'll stir up. And talk about using a well ventilated area. Holy smokes, don't walk in here with a lit cigarette. This stuff is mighty smelly. So anyway, I'm gonna go see what I can find, and I need to run to get a tray liners. I found some little rollers and a little brush, and I got a handle, so I'm pretty close. But I'm gonna go get a few parts, and I'll be back. Well, I fought this 5-gallon bucket of Ultra Bond primer for about a half hour, and it is so solid at the bottom. I'm just thinking, it's probably garbage. It's been a couple years since I've had it. It's gone through at least a couple winters, and it was actually stored right there by the door. Probably is froze. It's probably no good. So back to Home Depot. Got some Rust-Oleum primer. It's probably for the best anyway. 30 bucks a gallon. I mixed it up, got a little roller going on there. I had them shake it at the store actually, and got it painted. So well, it's primed anyway, but it's starting to dry. It's actually almost perfect day. It's like 70, a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of cloud cover. I don't think it's gonna rain. I hope not. And with any luck, maybe in an hour I could put some paint on top. I got some white Rust-Oleum. It'll do fine for up here. So that'd be the goal. All right, let me get off the slider. Well, we got some paint on it. What do you think? Hope you can see it because I'm completely blind. It's fairly reflective in a little bit of sun that's out. So yeah, it's gonna get to dry for a couple of days. Just put it on with a 3-inch roller. It's gonna be nice, and be a real nice surface for that AC to sit on. All right, we'll let her dry for a couple of days and we'll resume this video. Well guys, I got that air conditioner in place. I just drug it around on my little skid there and then moved it over the hole from the inside, and then from the inside I just kind of rustled it there. So good. I had to adjust the hole slightly. My interior plywood was just a little short, and I had to just open it up a little bit, but that didn't take long. So yeah, it looks good up there, right? I'll show you from the inside and how we're gonna finish it up. Sure made a mess in my floor. Yeah, well, stuff happens when you got a large hole a little bit. So there it is in the hole. Remember, these are the 12-volt wires. I just need to safe them off that were for the fantastic vent fan that I had in this hole, because I had originally put 3 of them in, knowing I'd put an air conditioner in one day and I'd be left with 2. So here's my 110 wiring. It might come up just a tick short. Hate to have to splice it, but what can you do, right? So anyway, so the 110 will make up here. This is the panel that goes on the inside. There are 4 holes that are reinforced for these long bolts. Long bolts will go up through those holes, this being the top side, and into these 4 holes here on the corner. So I put all 4 of those long bolts in to be sure that I had clearance for everything, and I do. So we're in real good shape there. So this will make up to the 110. This will plug in to one of those. And then I'm going to order the heat strip for this. Probably order it today, like I need a heater, but let's just get it done. So that I can either heat or cool this while running down the highway driving. And remember, this has a 4,000 watt Honda RV generator in it. So we just reach up and start the generator. I switch from, right now I'm running on inverter because everything can run on batteries. That's my shore power outlet, and that is my generator outlet. I know it's only a 20 amp rated outlet, and I have 35 amps capable on that generator, but it'll be fine. It is a hospital grade outlet, which means it's, instead of a cost $1, it costs $14. It's a little better than what you can get downtown. So that'll be fine. So all I really need to do right now, I think I'm gonna call my wife, see if she wants to go to lunch, and we'll put the metal pan in here, put the 4 screws in there, get the electrical connections made, safe off those wires, and we'll put the trim on it. My goal for the day was to get that sucker in there and make it run not only on shore power, but to then fire up the generator and let's make it run like it was going down the road. So that's cool. So catch you back in a little bit. Well, there it is, gang. The Duotherm 13,500 BTU air conditioner is installed in the Stepvan. Whip around here. Should we give it a test run? Big space in here, and it is well insulated, so I suspect it's going to do real good. You notice the generator's pretty noisy, and I'm sure the microphone on my phone slash camera is not doing it any favors, but the whole idea behind a built-in generator and a rooftop heating and air conditioning unit, which I'm going to order the heat strip like right now, is for rolling down the highway, because there is a heater in this thing, and I did rebuild it, sitting over there with that summer racing sticker on it. I rebuilt it mostly for the defrost, because that's the only defrosters I have. You couldn't heat this thing with a dashboard heater if your life depended on it. I think there was a big secondary heater that ran on big heater hoses back here when this was a bread truck, because they kept the bread warm, but it did take a secondary heater to do that. So this is for heating the inside or cooling the inside while rolling down the road. So that's its purpose. When I am set up DJing, I'll have either shore power or I'll set one of my EU series generators. There's my EU 3000 right there. A couple of my EU 1000s right there. But this generator here is pretty noisy for a DJ event. But there's some other reasons. I'm going to do another video on my power in the Stepvan so folks can get an understanding of what I did here. So there it is. We got it up on the roof. We got it installed. We got it wired up. Got it working. Air conditioning in the 067 Boyertown Stepvan. Woohoo! So gang, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. We're getting some stuff done. We're going to shut that generator off. 453 hours on that machine. It's probably from the 80s. It's nothing modern. So we'll catch you guys on the next video. If you're not subscribed here, please consider doing that. Look around on my channel. I got a bunch of playlists and stuff. Everything sort of organized for you. Watch a couple videos, and we'll see you next time.